a bone. Till the roof comes on, till the lights go out, till my leg give out, can't shut my mouth.
Hello, folks, and welcome to inside the Solano Community College Gym, where we have a dandy of a game in store for you between the visiting Yuba 49ers and your Solano Lady Falcons. I'm Stosh Moida. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play. I'm joined up here in the booth with my broadcast partner and partner in crime, Mr. Zach Poff. Poff, how you doing today?
It couldn't be better, man. We're on the field doing baseball interviews all day. Now it's time for some basketball. I tell you one lady I got my eye on, and that is TP3 Taylor Hamilton. This chick can absolutely ball, baby. 15 points a game, 4 dimes, 3.5 rebounds, and nearly 4 steals a game. This chick is a stat stuffer. She fills the stat sheet, and she is a lady that I have my eye on tonight to have a big game for the Lady Falcons.
Oh, I know. Taylor Hamilton extended her double-figure scoring streak to 9 games after Wednesday's win over at Contra Costa, which was a huge victory for Solano.
Big-time win.
Because they extends their winning streak to 8 straight games, 8-0 in conference play, putting them on top of the Bay Valley Conference. For Yuba tonight, they are sitting at 1-7 on the season and at the bottom of the Bay Valley Conference.
Been a rough start for the Lady 49ers. Hey, it's been a hard week for all the 49ers here lately, but a rough stretch for Yuba. And partner, we were touching on this earlier. I think they only have 8 active players for tonight, and that's going to be tough going against the Solano Lady Falcons. This team loves to pressure the rock. They force nearly 23 turnovers a game. Yuba, on the other hand, is averaging 22 turnovers a game, so that does not bode well for the Yuba 49ers here tonight.
Yeah. Another lady to watch here for Solano is Miss Laura Lawson. On that game against Contra Costa, she pulled down 21 rebounds. 21 rebounds on the night.
Get it.
74 rebounds on the night as a team, 6 shy of the school record.
And that was in the mid-'90s? So they're doing stuff that, they were doing before Borchert was even coaching the Solano Lady Falcons. Very impressive what the Lady Falcons are doing under, obviously, head coach Matt Borchert this year.
And it's a special night here at Solano. Tonight is Police, Fire, and EMT Appreciation Night. All policemen and women, firemen and women, and EMTs will gain free admission to tonight's game with a proper identification. And if you listen in to PA announcer, Mr. Brian Nelson, he will tell you where you can get your picture taken with the Solano Lady Falcons after the game.
Well, partner, it looks like we are set for the national anthem. We will have the opening tip-off for you here next.
All right, folks, it looks like we're just about to get way here in this game. Tip-off just around the corner. I want to say thank you for tuning in to SCSN, your home for Solano sports, and here we go. And Yuba controls the tip-off. Controlled by number 15, Whitney Hansen. Dishes it to Corey Schott.
And if Yuba wants a chance in this game, they need to get off to an early start, kind of still a little momentum, not a good opening possession.
Stolen away by Ariel Clay. She dribbles up the court, gets it to Denisha. Denisha for a long 2, couldn't quite get it to fall. Coming up with the rebound is number 33, Laura Lawson.
Of course, Lawson right, had 21 last game.
Mm-hmm. Solano working the ball very well in the perimeter, looking for that open shot, trying to get it down low to Laura. Dishes about it to Nikki. Nikki cross court to Denisha. Denisha drives. She puts up the shot and just skies the rim, and it's rebounded by Yuba. And it looks like Solano is playing a half-court defense tonight, not running the full court.
And I think once they start dropping in some buckets, they might switch back to going full court, putting the pressure on this team with not much depth for the Lady 49ers.
Looks like they're trying to play some good defense here, shut down defense, try to force another turnover.
And Yuba's really got to get Taylor Rasmussen going inside. 14 points per game. I mean, they really got to get her going, and that's really where their bread and butter is offensively for the Niners.
It's going to be a great matchup tonight, watching Laura Lawson on Taylor Rasmussen all night. It's going to be great on both ends of the floor. Ooh, see TP3 right there? Jump up and tip that ball away.
My girl, baby, TP3, this chicken ball, man. Taylor Hamilton, a stat sheet stuffer.
Yeah, she had 18 points her last outing.
I think this is the best Lady Falcons team I've seen under head coach Matt Borchert.
Stolen away again by number 20, Ariel Clay. Has 2 steals on the night. Nikki sets up for jumper. She shoots, and she's nothing but the bottom of the net, and your Lady Falcons jump out to a 2-0 lead. We are having some technical difficulties with our scoreboard right now, so bear with us, folks. Stolen away by Denisha. Denisha with an easy left-handed bucket. Couldn't quite come down with it. Laura Lawson with the rebound to put back, and it's good.
Already 2 rebounds for Lawson inside, and both have been on the offensive side of the floor. And there we see partner. They're going full court.
And another turnover for the Solano Lady Falcons. Good ball movement down to Laura Lawson. And, Ariel Clay, my mistake for 2.
What a dime by Denisha Lundy, man. Right on the numbers and easily bucket inside. 6-0 lead early on for the Lady Falcons. Early TO for Yuba.
That's 3 turnovers and 3 possessions for Yuba. That's not a good way to start your
It usually
offense.
doesn't bode well offensively. But very impressed with the Lady Falcons, and this is the first time getting to see them. This is the eye test for me with this Lady Falcons squad. Just remarkable what they're doing. I mean, BVC play, they're 8-0. They're winning by an average margin of nearly 37 points per game. That's insane.
On top of that, they're averaging 90 points per game.
That's crazy.
For a ladies team, especially the Bay Valley Conference, where it's mostly a defensive league, to score that many points, they're putting up some.
That's a remarkable stat. I mean, 90 points a game in 40 minutes. That's ridiculous. And it all starts with the turnovers they force, too, with the full court press. They get a lot of easy buckets.
Yuba's going to have a hard time counteracting this full court press with the short bench tonight. Solano can just simply run them right out of this game, tire them out before they even get to the second half.
And, of course, this is the second meeting between Solano and Yuba. Solano went up to Yuba and won pretty easily by, I believe it was 23 points. But this Falcons team defensively, man, they rotate well.
And Yuba's just trying to get the ball down low and get a quick, easy bucket, but great defense by Solano. Nikki and Dyer really pushing the tempo. Denisha Lundy in the corner for 3, and she knocks it down.
Just a great job by Nikki and Dyer there. I mean, just had her head up the whole time and found an open Denisha Lundy, who was straight cash from the wing right there, knocking down the long 2.
And once again, another tip ball for Taylor Hamilton. Lady Falcons. And another timeout by Yuba. That's 2 burn timeouts, and there hasn't been 3 minutes off the clock yet.
I mean, as a 49er fan, you're used to seeing that. I mean, obviously Colin Kaepernick does that a lot.
Well, as a 49er fan, we don't see him in the fourth quarter, as we saw, with 2 timeouts left, 45 seconds left in the game. And
I know, it's a rough subject.
Yes.
I'll let it go one more week before we get onto that partner. I'll be nice.
And I'm just looking towards baseball season, enjoying this awesome game we have in store for us tonight.
And, I mean, this is obviously coming into this game. On paper, Solano's a way better team. I mean, obviously they're undefeated. They're 8-0 in BVC. Yuba's sitting there nearly at the bottom, 1-7 in BVC play. So, I mean, you've got the top team versus the worst team in the BVC, and obviously the first 2.5 minutes, 8-0, it's showing.
Overall in the year, Solano's 17-4. They're closing in on their first 20-game win season since the 09-10 season. Rebounded by Taylor Hamilton. Taylor pushing the tempo once again. She stops. She pull-up jumper. Couldn't quite get it to fall. Rebounded by Ariel Clay, and she's fouled. She can go to the line and shoot 2.
Man, very impressed with Taylor Hamilton, and very impressed with her as a freshman last year, putting up great numbers. But you can see the improvements this year so far, and just the vision and the confidence she has with the rock in her hands and able to find Ariel Clay obviously getting the offensive rebound. And Clay only 54% from the charity stripe this season.
That's been a weakness for the Solano team all year so far. They're not the best free throw shooting team, but by the margins they've been winning by, it doesn't really matter. But
when you get to the playoffs, man, the free throws, those will matter a lot more.
And she splits it and makes the second.
Yeah, 58% on the year for Solano at the charity stripe. That's second worst in the Bay Valley Conference.
Checking in for your Lady Falcons is number 5, Justice Robertson.
Averaging 5 points and 5 boards on the year so far.
Also checked in was number 32, Christian Voiles.
And she's averaging 3.5 points and 2.5 rebounds per game. So,
I've seen, look at that. Great defense by Christian. That's exactly what I was just about to touch on. When Christian comes in the game, she is a defensive stopper in that low post. You go in, she's not afraid to foul. She's a very physical player, kind of the enforcer on the team, I would say.
And you got a good look at her on the close-up. You just see the long, lanky arms that she has, able to kind of get in the passing lanes and really force some turnovers.
I really love the way Solano always works the ball along the perimeter for a deep 3.
Splash
by Christian Voiles. Wow.
So she's played about 20 seconds as a steal and a trifecta.
Definitely has made an impact on this game. And another steal by Solano. Taylor Hamilton to Christian. And that's 5 points in a matter of a minute she's been in the game.
So it's 2 touchdowns to nothing so far, 14-0. Lady Falcons off to a quick start.
And that's what I like to see right there. See Taylor Hamilton, the other lady fell right there, and she helped him up. That's what you call good sportsmanship. That's what every athlete should do, and take notes from Taylor Hamilton because she's a class act player.
And obviously, I mean, she's a leader of this team, and doing stuff like that really shows all the other players the right way to play the game.
And it's stolen away by Justice Robertson. She's pushing the tempo. She goes up for a left-handed layup, and she makes it with a little contact on there. No foul called. Good call by the refs to just let him play. Yuba's having an extremely hard time just even putting up shots right now.
And just very impressed with the Lady Falcons defense. Get that out.
Laura Lawson with the swat. Transition offense. Christian Voiles for 2.
And you just take a look at the Yuba 49er coach. He's just got his leg crossed and just shaking his head. I mean, there's nothing else he can do right now. I mean, they're just getting dominated in every facet of the game here.
And there's another timeout by Yuba. Solano's defense is feasting right now on the Yuba 49ers.
And that's an understatement, man. I mean, they have come out and played ball just perfectly, and it's been opposite for Yuba so far. And talk about that win on Tuesday, though, going out to Contra Costa, getting a big-time road win against a team that was right behind them. And I believe if Contra Costa would have won that game, they both would have been 7-1 and tied for first place. And Contra Costa would have had the edge, but Solano was having none of it and won pretty big.
It was 86-62, the final score there. Solano, they've just been blowing teams out. It hasn't even been close. Every time a team starts to crawl back into the game, Solano plays some tough D, gets a couple big stops, and turns the momentum right around. Coach Matt Boychert, his system is an excellent system for this team. I think all the players are buying in to the team atmosphere. You don't see any, standouts there. Taylor Hamilton, the team leader, she leads with quiet confidence.
And that's the one to be most scared of.
Mm-hmm.
That is
exactly.
the one confidence to be most scared of is when you don't do the talking. Obviously your boy Richard Sherman, total opposite. We look at Taylor Hamilton, it's total opposite. She leads by example, and this chicken ball, man.
That's what you want as a leader on your team. Like my dad always said, when you're going to get in a fight, the guy that's mouthing off, you don't got to worry about him. You got to worry about the quiet guy in the corner.
Exactly.
And Taylor Hamilton, she was the quiet girl in the corner. And
watch out.
Watch out.
So, Matt, we're not even 5 minutes in, and it's already 18-0.
And Solano's on an 18-0 run. Yuba just trying to put up a shot, and they couldn't quite get to go, but she goes to the line to shoot 2. And the foul is on number 5, Justice Robertson. Natalia Stepanchuk to shoot 2.
And Stepanchuk, 50% from the charity stripe, averaging 9 points and 7.5 rebounds a game, having a pretty good season so far.
And she misses the first. In an 18-0 deficit right here, you got to make that shot. They just got to get one shot to get the offense moving up a little bit.
You know what it's like, man. You see the ball go through the net, you get a little confidence.
Mm-hmm. And she couldn't make either of them, but it's rebounded by number 13, Corey Schatz. Controlled by Tiffany Friend. Back to Natalia for 3. No good. Rebounded by Taylor Rasmussen. Yuba working the ball very well around the perimeter. They're trying to get it down the lane here, and they can't get it to go. And there's going to be a kickball called on Christian Voiles.
And Lady Falcons, the zone they're playing right now is just confusing for Yuba. They can't get the ball inside the post, and that's where Yuba's bread and butter is. They like to go inside and play a little post game.
Taylor Rasmussen's 14.3 points per game this season, so I can see why they keep trying to get the ball to her down low, but with Christian Voiles and Laura Lawson down low in the post, she's not getting nothing.
And, obviously, head coach Matt Borchert knows exactly what Yuba wants to do, so he's having the perfect zone defense to prevent them from getting easy buckets inside the paint area and forcing them to shoot Jays.
Nikki comes down, puts up the 3, and it's no good. Rebounded by Christina Contouris. She couldn't quite come down with it. It tips off her hand, and it's going to be Yuba ball. There's 14:49 left here in this first half, and your Lady Falcons are on top big, 18-0.
And important for Solano to not let up at all. They're up big early on, but you want to keep playing this type of ball to gain momentum and confidence as each game goes on too.
And there's another kick ball by number 32, Christian Voiles. We got a pretty good turnout tonight. Stands are slowly starting to fill up.
You'll probably see the stands fill up a little more too. Obviously, the men play after this one, and you and Mike, bringing that one to you.
And Yuba gets on the board. And that was Natalia Stepanchuk with the 2. Christian Voiles wide open for 3, and she is lights out behind the arc tonight.
2 for 2 from deep.
Oh, almost stolen away by Ariel Clay. Yuba pushing the ball, trying to get in the low post. Spin move, swatted away by Justice Robertson. Nikki Ndaya pushing it up court. She stops, a little cut move, and she's fouled. Tries to do a circus shot, but couldn't quite get it to go.
And that was one of those we're down 21-2 type of fouls right there. Didn't even try and block the shot, just kind of shoved her out of the way, like, sorry.
She tried to do the John Wall. You see that shot by John Wall?
Oh, my gosh, man. I just don't know how that wasn't the top play on SportsCenter that night.
They're biased.
Oh, yeah.
But here at SCSN, we are unbiased. At least try to be.
We keep it more on the West Coast, baby.
Nikki couldn't quite get the shooter's bounce there. Checking in for your Lady Falcons is number 23, the spark plug, Nicole White.
And what a job Voiles did as she gets a little breather. She came in only averaging 3 points a game. She already has 6, maybe 8 actually, in this contest early on.
And Yuba coming up court now. And they're playing a little, it looks like a 2-3 zone with a little trap defense in the corners and up top.
Yeah, Borchert likes watching college ball a lot, and he's taking a little bit of notes out of Coach Boeheim up in Syracuse.
Christina down low. Oh, Justice Robertson. Great pass from Ariel Clay to Justice Robertson to put it in for 2.
The thing I love about this Solano Lady Falcons team, this team is deep, man. They're about 8-9 deep, and the type of defense they play, Borchert keeps his ladies fresh out there.
And intercepted by Nikki Ndaya up to Justice Robertson. One bounce up, couldn't quite get it to go. Christina with the rebound puts it back up for 2, and it's good.
Another TO. Another timeout for Yuba already. They have as many timeouts called as points scored so far here early on.
That's never a good sign. Never a good sign.
So 26-4, partner. I know you've called a few Lady Falcon games. What's one thing that's really stood out to you watching them play so far this year?
Their defense.
Yeah.
Each and every game, their defense gets better and better. They can run the full court defense. They can run the trap defense. Any type of defense they want to run, they can do it. And especially with the big towers down low and Laura Lawson getting down all these rebounds. I mean, it's hard to put up second chance opportunities when Laura's grabbing all the rebounds, along with Christian Voiles, too.
I mean, if you look at it, it shows the depth of this team. I mean, Clay, Lundy, and obviously Taylor Hamilton. The scoring's come from other ladies so far here tonight, and it just shows you the depth that this team has, and also, too, I mean, just the shape that this team's in. I mean, running full court press, and they don't get tired.
Nikki Ndaya has come up lately as another offensive weapon for Coach Borchert. She's averaging 11 points per game over the last 6 games. So she's really stepping up her game as well. It seems that everybody's drinking the Kool-Aid in the locker room saying, hey, we're doing good. Let's keep this thing going, keep it rolling, playing good defense and putting up all these points.
Keep serving it up, Coach. I mean, things are working. And, I mean, as you mentioned, this team's just been on fire since Bay Valley Conference play started. And the thing that I knew this team was going to be good this year was they usually are around 500, maybe a couple games under 500 in non-conference play. Total opposite this year. They had a good non-conference record, and it's really shown in a lot of momentum gone into, obviously BVC play.
I believe all 4 of their losses actually came in a couple of tournaments that they were in, and they actually made it pretty far in all those tournaments that they were in. So,
yeah, they were 9-4 non-conference. I mean, that's very good, especially as you mentioned in some tough tournaments too.
Where some good talent pools all the way around. And how about the power rankings in the state of California?
What, you mentioned they're 14th now
14th,
in the state.
They were 16th last week. Now they're coming up to 14th, slowly working their way up.
And, I think it's pretty simple, man. This team's not – the only way they're going to lose a BVC game is if they just don't play their game at all. But I don't see anybody in the Bay Valley Conference beating them. I mean, they already won their toughest game so far, and that was on the road in Contra Costa.
I saw Matt Borchert before the game. And I said, hey, big game tonight. He goes, yep, every game's a big game. Yep. So that's his mentality. You got to win every game. No, don't look for tomorrow. Don't overlook this Yuba team. They may be last in the division, but you never know. Sometimes they can come up with a big game, but obviously, a little push-off call foul on Christina Contures.
And that's one thing I love about Borchert. It doesn't matter who they're playing, when they're playing. His team will always be ready to play. 100% effort, try their hardest. That's one thing that's going to be a guarantee.
I think he took a couple notes from the great coach John Wooden from the UCLA days, where if you're doing work at practice and you're slacking off a little bit, he'll ask you, you can't make that. You can't work twice as hard tomorrow. If you can work twice as hard tomorrow, why can't you work twice as hard today? So I think that's something he took from Coach John and instilled in his players, and it really shows.
Coach Wooden was Phil Jackson before Phil Jackson started coaching. I mean, just all the quotes, and I don't want to call them mind tricks, but he gets you believing.
I'm actually reading a great book. It's John Wooden. It's philosophy on and off the court about how he said, people ask him, do you coach your family like you coach basketball? He goes, I coach basketball like I coach my family.
Yeah. I mean, you talk to any of his past players, they always say he was a father. He was a father figure for all those guys.
He was one of the first players, or first player and coach, or first person to be inducted to the NCAA Hall of Fame for coach and player.
Wow. Very impressive. And that's not something you want to see as a Lady Falcon fan. Taylor Hamilton going down hard there in the corner, but luckily it's TP3. She's all right.
She's a trooper. She likes playing aggressive. Well, it's 28-6 with 12 minutes left on the clock. It's been a bit of a blowout here with Solano's defense just feasting on the Yuba right now.
Yeah, Yuba just having a tough time getting any easy points. Another turnover for the Niners.
You know, Taylor Rasmussen tried to kick it out to Destiny Fleener, but you know what? She had a hand in her face, 2 hands in her face, and just threw the ball away. TP3.
Splash.
And it's good.
Bottoms. She is just fun to watch, man.
She is.
I mean, even when it's not shooting the rock.
Oh, wide open in the corner for 3, and it's no good.
Go get that board, Kai Roberts.
Harpreet Kaur was on the shot there for Yuba. She had a weird shooting stance there. Looks like she just threw it up with one arm. For a long 2 for Solano, couldn't quite get it to fall. Laura Lawson back up, couldn't quite get it to go either. And they're scrounging, they're fighting for the ball, and it comes, and number 15, Whitney Hansen, comes up with the ball.
Look at just the hustle for the Lady Falcons to get back on defense.
Another 3 for Yuba, can't get it to fall. Rebounded by number 15, Christina Contours.
And Contours, one of the 6 sophomores on this team.
Taylor, another pull-up jumper from the free throw line, couldn't get it to go. Laura Lawson coming down with the rebound. Taylor sets, kicks it to Adriana for 3. No, couldn't quite get it to go. Almost another rebound by Laura, but it's controlled by Yuba.
Motor does not start for double L, man. Laura Lawson.
Driving the lane. She tries to sell a foul, and it's going to be Solano ball. Another turnover for the Yuba foul.
It's been a very tough opening 9.5 minutes for Yuba so far. I mean, 30-6 so far, and, I mean, nothing's working.
Nothing at all. You know, it's hard. As a coach, you already burned 4 timeouts trying to get your team going, and Denisha Lundy for 3.
And you're telling me, partner, this chick can stroke it, man.
Yeah.
37% three-point field goal percentage on the year so far.
And she's a good defender, as you saw there.
And this chick, man, she was balling at Vanden. And, of course, was the female athlete of the year at Vanden. And I believe she went and played 1 year at Cal State Dominguez Hills. And then now here at Solano. And, man, Borchert was lucky to get his hands on her.
You know, she's not afraid to shoot the 3 ball, and it shows. She makes them.
Yeah, no, hard into paint, man, with the left. And she is a left. She's a lefty, though, so. But she's good with both hands.
Very ambidextrous.
Busting out the big words, partner.
My $5 word for the day. Kai Roberts tried to swat the ball away. I think she just mistimed her jump a little bit. Kind of looked like Richard Sherman just flinging up there and trying to get a hand on the ball and getting lucky.
Oh, man, someone's still bitter, man.
I'm very bitter.
I mean, obviously, he's the best DB in the game. Not even close. Silent is consent, baby.
I'm not worried. He's playing Peyton next week.
I got my money on Denver, man.
Yes,
I got him covering, too.
Oh,
splash.
That was Harpreet Kaur for 3.
She's averaging nearly 10 points a game.
And that's going to be a foul, sending Kira Beecham to the line and shoot 2.
Well, partner, it's 35-9, and obviously big-time lead, 26-point lead for the Lady Falcons right now. At what point do you kind of take your foot off the gas pedal a little bit here?
You don't.
Yeah.
You never let up. You know, once you got a team in the hole like this, you keep playing your game, because if you sit back and play nonchalantly and just coast on a lead, that can give Yuba some momentum.
Yeah.
I mean, especially there's a lot of time left here in the first half. If they pick up some momentum going into the second half, you never know what could happen in that second half.
And, two, you want to, keep building that momentum as prepare yourself for the remaining schedule.
I'm not going to say just go up and try to score as many points. Well, of course you want to score as many points as possible, but you don't want to run up the score too bad. But if the shot's there, you got to take it. If it's an easy shot, I'm not going to. Kai Roberts for 2. Great pass from number 22, Kira Beecham.
And, I mean, just the unselfishness right there for Beecham. I mean, she had a wide-open layup, but no, I'm going to get the dime, baby.
Oh, stolen away by Kai Roberts. Kai straight to the hole, and she gets the bucket for 2.
Doing her best John Wall impersonation, baby, going
coast to coast.
Exactly.
Stolen away by Nikki Ndaya. Great defense right there. And what a finish. Pick, stolen away, fast break, layup, textbook.
So what do we call that, a pick 2?
Pick 2.
42-9, partner. Wow.
Did you expect this at the beginning of the game, Zach?
Of course. I mean, I think we both did, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, 9 points scored, that's it so far, but.
Oh, they're going to call a foul on Justice Roberts.
Only the third team
Robinson,
foul.
Sorry. I mean, what else is there more to say about this?
Brian's doing a pretty good job in the PA.
First time ever on the PA.
Being easy.
He's our head board guy here. Does all our switching for us, and he's doing a great job over there.
I would say the crew over there is doing a solid job.
And
Mike and Chelsea killing it over there, like usual.
And also Sarah. We have Malcolm on camera.
See, I didn't know the new girl yet, so I'll let you give her a shot at, all right?
We got a new crew here, new semester at SCSN.
How they doing?
You know what? I'm very happy with what they're doing so far.
Makes your job easier, right?
Makes it a lot easier. I just got to point my finger, and they know what to do. And there's going to be a foul called on Nikki Ndaya. I mean, just look at the camera work, look at the graphics work. Had a little technical difficulty early in the game, but
we'll just blame that on Mike.
Yeah, it's all Mike's fault. That's the 4th team foul for Solano.
And Corey Schatz at the line really hasn't got going so far today, and coming into today, probably their best player, averaging 12 points and nearly 10 rebounds a game.
And she makes the first. Checking back in for your Lady Falcons is number 32, Christian Voiles.
And she could be one of the most important players for Borchard. I mean, having that 6th or 7th person off the bench, I mean, that's huge.
And there is a lane violation on number 21, Natalia Stepanchuk, giving Solano the ball. Nikki Ndaya. Oh, I thought
she thought about it.
She thought
she
about
wanted it.
Danica Carlisle is now in the game, number 10 for your Lady Falcons. In games past, where I see Solano get in trouble is with their fouls, and you're touching on by having them 6th, 7th man coming off the bench. It really helps, especially the way Solano has been fouling in their past couple games, even though it's been blowout victories.
Yeah.
But, Laura Lawson coming down with 21 rebounds last game against Contra Costa. She's a huge centerpiece for this team. And if, say, she gets in foul trouble, you have Christian Voiles coming off the bench. Hey, I don't mind that at all.
And that's why I think this is the best team that Borchard's had here at Solano. I mean, he's got obviously the star power and Lundy, obviously Taylor Hamilton and Ariel Clay. But then you have the depth with, women like Voiles.
Voiles, Nicole White, Christina Contours, Adriana Jones, just to mention a few.
Yeah, I mean, this team is deep, man. And I didn't even touch on Laura Lawson at all.
Denisha to Danica. Danica thought about it. To Christian for a wide open jumper. She couldn't quite get it to go.
I think she was just too close this time around.
Danica puts up the 3 and couldn't quite get it to fall. It looked like Kira Beecham and Christian.
She took it from Voiles, man. She took her board away. Voiles with those long arms, man. She can just reach over the head of folks and pull them down. Just
another turnover from Yuba.
And obviously Solano's playing good D, but a lot of their turnovers have been unforced too. I mean, they're making Solano's job pretty easy so far here tonight in the first half.
And coming out with 3 straight turnovers on your first 3 possessions never helps you to get into a rhythm of a game. And Solano came out like a firecracker coming straight out the gates. And
they've been up by double digits
the whole game. They haven't looked back since. They got their blinders on. They're leading the race by a couple hundred yards.
This game's been tied once, and that was at tip-off.
Oh, good defense by Solano. Denisha Lundy to get in the middle of the pass, tip it up to Ariel Clay. Ariel with the drive, up and under, and she gets fouled.
And it's always nice when you can have, your hybrid forward be able to just take it all the way coast to coast there and draw the foul inside. I mean, this team, I'm telling you, man, this is a team that I believe is going to do a little bit of damage. Of course, Borchard's going to get mad at me for saying this. There's a lot of games left in the regular season. This is a team that could do work in the postseason.
But you know what I'm starting to see what they're doing right now? They're really working on, basically, it's a practice for them right now. They're executing it during the game, and that's where you need to perform. And they're doing it very well. And I like the way Matt Borchard keeps the substitutions up, keeps the fresh legs out there so he can keep outrunning Yuba.
And this is the biggest area for the Lady Falcons to improve on, free throw shooting.
Free throw shooting and watching their fouls are the two biggest things. And
because you know how it gets in the playoffs, man. I mean, you got to cut down, the depth a little bit. You want your best players on the floor as much as possible.
But if you could have your best players of 9 of your players, that's what you want to see. Stolen away by Ariel Clay. Ariel shuffle pass to Christian to Taylor. Danica to Christian for 2. Nope, couldn't quite get to go again.
Look at that
Rebounded by Laura.
Just the hustle. 44-10 lead, and you're still out hustling like
Danica
it's a tie
for
game.
3. Ho-ho!
She called it. The bank's still open, baby.
The bank is open for 3.
It's not 7 o'clock yet. The bank is open, baby. It's Friday.
Yeah, it is Friday.
Or she might just have the direct deposit set up.
For 3.
All right, maybe the bank's closed.
And Natalia Stepanchuk gets to go for 2. Taylor Hamilton once again pressing up the offense. Fadeaway jumper. Couldn't quite get it to fall.
Everything but the shot there. Nice little quick crossover and a little fadeaway J, but just couldn't get it to drop.
But when you're up this big, you can take those shots.
Exactly.
Those are shots, like I was saying earlier, you need to practice during the game because come playoff time, there may be 5 seconds left on the clock.
She must have heard our talking before the game, talking the little Spider-Man vine, because that was a nice little crossover, little step back, but just didn't get it to splash.
And she makes a first.
Dude, you know what I love? I love Borchard's the sweater vest.
Bringing back the sweater
vest.
It's
like the trestle thing going. If we get a chance, guys, can we get a shot of that? You can kind of see it right there. I love it. Keep the style going, Borch.
If you look at both the benches right now, look at the coaches.
Just look at body language, man.
That's what I was pointing out. Coach Matt Borchard, he's up big, but yet he's acting like they're down by 10 points.
I love it, man. He always coaches like that.
Laura Lawson for 2. And it's going to be Solano ball. It's hard to get back into a game when you keep turning the ball over. And as a coach, that's the most frustrating things, especially when they're unforced turnovers. It's just a bonehead play, as you would call it.
I mean, there's almost nothing you can do as a coach right now if you're down 49-13. I mean, the 4 timeouts didn't work. I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean, you're just getting outplayed.
You got to take every possession like it's your last, and you have to score on every possession at this point. Laura Lawson with the rebound and 2.
21 rebounds wasn't enough for her. She's trying to beat that record.
I mean, Yuba is just throwing the ball all over the court, and they're just sloppy passes. And they're high. They're to the left. They're not hitting them in the chest. Or for 3, no good. And it's going to be Solano ball.
And very impressed with Falcons defense, switching up zone defenses a little bit, seeing them kind of play the 1-3-1 and a little 2-3 zone, and it's really keeping Yuba out of the paint.
4-3, no good.
It wanted to drop.
If I'm Yuba's coach, what I'm going to be telling my players is, hey, I know we're down by a lot, but let's execute the little things. Let's make our passes better. Let's transition defense better, transition offense better. Let's work on the little things and try to crawl back in this game. If not, treat it as a practice right now. Execute.
And looking at Yuba, too, I mean, they have a ton of freshmen on this squad. So, I mean, important for them to kind of get better game by game and build into next year, obviously. I mean, 1-7 in the BVC last place. Obviously, things aren't going well this year, but you can always build towards the next year, and that's really what Coach needs to kind of focus on here. 53-13, partner.
Wow, that's a 40-point spread. And
I couldn't do the math. I'm glad you did.
that is 3:39 left in the half, and they already put up 53 points. They are definitely on track to hit the 100 mark. Hey,
Saw there, 17 fouls, 1-1 now for Yuba.
are they giving away free corn dogs if we hit 100?
Better. I want a corn dog. Taco Bell wasn't cutting it today. I need a corn dog now.
Little semi-pro reference there, Mr. Will Ferrell.
Are you a fan of that movie?
I love that movie.
Did you really? I thought it was all right. I thought it was solid.
It's pretty funny, I'd have to say. I mean,
I still think Talladega is my favorite Will Ferrell movie. Obviously, not counting Old School.
Old School is in its
You
own
can't. I mean,
category.
when he's a star, #1 actor. But obviously, Old School is the best
Old
Will
School,
Ferrell
yes.
movie. That's my favorite movie of all time.
Snoop-a-loop. We're going streaking. Bring your green hat. Justice Robertson couldn't quite get to go. She gets her own rebound. She blocked away. Rebounded by Adriana Jones with the pull-up jumper, and she can't quite get it to go. The ball is just tipping around everywhere. Taylor Hamilton out of everybody to come down with it. Christina Contour's up with it. Oh, my gosh. I think I just named every Solano player on the rebound.
Hey, we're going to give our stat guy a pass. There's no way he could have counted all those rebounds there on that last possession, man.
I mean, if you look at the body language, even on these Yuba players, they are just already defeated, and it's not even the end of the first half.
Well, partner, I mean, would you? It's hard to fake that. I mean, you're down by 40 points.
You know, this is where we're coming. If it was me, yes, I'd be down, but you got to show some pride right now. You got to show some fight. You know, you may be down by 40. Treat it like it's a tie game. Win the rest of these 3 minutes. Play 3 minutes, 0-0, and see what happens.
And that hasn't obviously been the case so far. I mean, Solano started the game 18-0.
Red hot. And they haven't looked back since.
But you touched on earlier that Yuba started the game with 3 straight turnovers, all resulted in Lady Falcon buckets. And since then, it's just gotten a little worse.
4-3. And that's what you would call an air ball.
At least they don't have to worry about the Cam and Crazies here at the Falcons gymnasium.
The Falcons Nest.
Is that what you go with?
I think
I like that.
I think we could
I do like
trademark
that name. I can ride with that.
Now it looks like Solano's just looking for a good shot, milking the clock a little bit. But when you start milking the clock, looks what happens. Yuba finally gets a turnover. She goes up for the easy bucket, lays it in for 2. That was number 15, Whitney Hansen, the freshman guard.
Averaging 4 and 4 and 4 this year. Got the band coming through. You better hurry up.
The band is on the court. Oh.
I told you, man. It's see? Just good thing that the trombone player didn't get smacked.
That's going to be pretty exciting for the men's game. We got a little band action. It's going to feel
go big
like
or go home, man. It's going to be a tough one, I think, for the men's team, though.
Yeah,
the Yuba 49ers. They've been the best, I think, team in Northern California the last 8 years. I mean, this is a team that can ball.
Oh, stolen away by Jamelia Anderson. Passes it up to Denisha Lundy. Denisha dribbling, crosses, puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Justice Robertson. She gets it. Turnaround jumper, puts it up. Couldn't quite get to fall down. Rebounded by Yuba, and it's a 49er ball.
You got to love Robinson and obviously Lawson and Voiles inside, man. They go after offense rebounds. They hit the offensive glass hard. And it's resulted in a ton of second chance points so far for the Lady Falcons in this one.
Something I'm picking up on this Yuba's offense.
Little matrix going on right there.
Denisha comes up with the ball. What I'm noticing from this Yuba offense is wherever they're going to pass the ball, they're staring at that one person.
Yeah. Kind of like Kaepernick, right?
Yeah. Oh, nice jumper by Christina Contouris, and she fell on her behind and made the bucket. But
yes, contact.
Exactly like Colin Kaepernick. You got to read your progressions. If you're going to stare at the person you're going to pass to the whole time, of course the defense is watching the eyes and they're going to react. And another air ball from 3.
And that's the last thing you can do playing against the zone.
Oh, Justice Robertson couldn't quite get it to fall. She mishandled the ball a little bit and just aired that one.
I mean, the easiest way to beat a zone is there don't have to be no-look passes, but you got to look. We'll call it the safety off.
Mm-hmm. Look off, look back.
Look back at it.
I am not understanding this 49er offense. They come down. That's 2 straight trips with 3-pointers. And there's going to be a foul call. I'll send Justice Robertson to shoot 2.
And that one went opposite. It went through the hoop the opposite way.
Does
not count for 2.
Well,
counts for 3.
You know, if when you're down this big, you're down by 40 points, I could see why you're shooting a 3 to try to get some quick buckets, but you need to start getting on a roll. You need to come down, shoot high percentage shots, make those buckets, string together a 10 point every time, 5 times, 5 possessions, 5 scores.
And, I mean, you nailed that one right on the head, partner. I mean, obviously, the jacking of threes isn't working. You have 15 points in the first 19 and a half minutes. You got to, work it inside, maybe kick it back out. Take a 3. You get a 3 anytime. So don't take it with 25, 20 seconds on the shot clock. You can get a 3 anytime you want. So, try to work it inside a little bit. That's how you beat a zone. You work it inside, you kick it back out.
Mm-hmm. And the way they've been shooting the 3 ball, I think they've only made 1 3 on the night. And I think I've seen 4 air balls from behind the arc stolen away by Jamelia Anderson.
We're going to get another
all
pick,
by
too?
herself up in it. It's good.
That'll probably make Borchert mad, though. Going with the right hand on the left side of the hoop.
Yep. Nicole White. Look at that.
Getting dirty.
Nicole White is one of my favorite players on the Solano.
One of the returning sophomores from last year's team.
She's a 6 man or 6 woman on the bench for them. Whenever she comes in, she brings a little extra spark, and she also leads by example. She's also and look at that. I was too busy talking, didn't see the clock winding down.
Well, partner, this is about to be the best 10 minutes of the game for Yuba. Halftime.
If you're Yuba's coach, what are you stressing to them in the locker room?
Just find a way to get through this game and try and, like you said, be effective and kind of do what the game plan was and try and perfect it the best you can. I mean, I know you're down by 44. You're not going to win this game, but like you said, partner, I mean, it could bode well into the next couple of games for him. So, go out and execute.
The Solano came out with a hot start, going on a 6-0 run, timeout, 3 straight turnovers from Yuba. It led to an 18-0 lead, and Solano hasn't looked back since. They are up 59-15 coming into the second half, and we'll get back to the action right after these messages.
Solano Community College transformed my life.
And gave me the opportunities I needed to succeed.
I received the same university-caliber education.
Without the pressures of debt holding me back. Affordable and flexible. I fulfilled my undergraduate classes.
Getting to the information I truly have a passion for.
The decision to attend SCC empowered my future.
And made my dream of attending Yale University a reality. Solano Community College, the educated choice.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to back to the second half action here in the Falcons' Nest of Solano College Gymnasium.
I like the name. I like that.
I am Starch Samoyed, and I am joined here with my broadcast partner, Zach Poff, where we'll be bringing you the play-by-play, the color, and here we go. We are in for a show here. Denisha Lundy started off with a 3, and it's good.
Just, starting right where they left off in the first half. I mean, she's got a J, man. Lundy can ball.
She had 7 points in the first half, 3 points now, puts up to 10 points on the game. Taylor Hamilton with 7 points, and Christian Voiles has 10 points on the night as well.
She was the best player on the floor in the first half, I believe. Another steal for Clay.
Tried to finish with the left hand, couldn't quite get to go. You know what? Clay hasn't put up a lot of points tonight so far, but I want to see how many steals she has. She has to have at least 5 or 6.
I mean, from my count, I have her at 6, but that probably means it's more like 8 or 9.
And once again, tipped by Clay. I mean, that interior presence there is huge.
And, partner, we were talking about this, obviously, off the mics at halftime, and just the presence of Denisha Lundy on the floor makes this team a very complete squad. I mean, it allows Ariel Clay and Taylor Hamilton, takes a lot of pressure off their shoulders, so it makes their game a lot more complex also.
Yeah, it allows them to really relax and find that groove in shooting. Stolen away by Taylor Hamilton.
Just like CP3.
Up to Nikki Ndaya. She stops, pull-up jumper, and it's good.
Stop and pop, baby.
I think Nikki Ndaya from that range is about 100% shot.
Look at that. Hey, averaging 9 points on the year, and not really a lady you talk about too much when you talk about ladies Falcons basketball.
And Denisha Lundy coming up court. Passes it to Taylor Hamilton. Quick little step-back jumper, and it's good.
Now, a Big Kahuna would be proud of the bank shot right there. That's his bread and butter horse shot right there off the glass.
And the bank is still open. Yuba trying to get something working here. Trying to get it rolling here, and it's tipped away by number 21, Denisha Lundy. Denisha Lundy has to be the best off-season pickup for this Lady Falcons team. Like you were saying, it just takes all the pressure off. And you know what? She is their leading three-point shooter at this point.
Yeah, I believe she's shooting 37% from deep on the year. I mean, she can stroke it, man.
What did I tell you?
Stop and pop again, man.
Stop and pop, 100% for Nikki and Daya right there.
She's got that Paul Pierce elbow J down. Paul Pierce doesn't anymore, but 68-15, partner. Wow. 53-point lead.
Oh, Denisha Lundy tried to jump the route there. Couldn't quite get it. Oh, and it is Taylor Rasmussen for 2.
And that's, I believe, the first time we've called her name, and that's not good if you're a Yuba fan, averaging 14, leading the team in scoring this year.
Taylor Hamilton for 3, and it's good.
And ref said she had her toe on the line. Come on.
Ooh.
I thought she was behind it, but
I saw she was on the men's 3-point line. I thought the women's line was fine.
maybe they moved it back, I guess.
Well, with this blowout, I think they can afford to let them move it back a little bit. Rasmussen couldn't quite get the fall. Ariel Clay was just tipping it around, and it's going to stay Solano ball. You know, these long cross-court passes for Yuba haven't been working effectively at all.
I don't mean to be mean, but, not much has. Facts are facts. Sometimes, being real is the better way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll learn from this. I don't think they like coming out and down 70-17 in the second half.
Mm-hmm. But, even the great ones had games like this where they were dogging out. But you know what? This is where character is built. You may be down 70-17. You can get pissed off, and you can start fouling and playing cheap and dirty. But, no, that's your true character comes out, your competitiveness. Taylor Hamilton for 2 with the right-handed layup.
What about that dime by Denisha Lundy, the full court pass, and just perfect, right on the money?
Kind of looking Peyton Manning-esque.
I know you're a big 18 fan now,
yes,
huh, partner?
I am.
I like Denver in that game. The only way I see Seattle winning if the weather's terrible and it really takes Peyton Manning out of the game. But I look at it this way. Peyton Manning's smart enough where whoever Richard Sherman is on, he's going the other way.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised to have Peyton Manning challenge Sherman early in the game.
Yeah, if he does, it will be early on. But obviously we've seen this year Sherman's not a guy you want to challenge.
Over the past 3 seasons he's been in the NFL, he leads the league with 20 interceptions. And the closest guy behind him, I believe, is at 13.
And if I had to guess somebody who has 13, I would throw out maybe Patrick Peterson. I think he's the second best
12.
corner.
He's at 12.
12.
There's 4 players with 13.
4 with 13.
I can't recall the names on the list. I think, what's his name?
I know the guy on Chicago maybe, not Tillman, but the other corner might have. I know he had 7 or 8 last year. I'm getting old, man. I that short-term memory's gone almost now, man. It's no bueno.
I'm sure it's from the old age, Zach.
Right? That's what I like to say,
Another 3, and she makes it. Number 15, Whitney Hansen. At this point, they're just trucking up prayers.
And that one got answered.
That was a beautiful stop and shoot by Denisha Lundy. Textbook. You see the follow-through. Had the eagle hand there.
She's got that little Steph Curry follow-through right there.
Oh, wow. Shot way off the mark.
I think that left a dent in the backboard.
Well, back to the Super Bowl talk. And it really is a Super Bowl.
Right?
For the 2 states that just actually legalized recreational marijuana. It's kind of ironic.
Washington.
Did you see that Commissioner Roger Goodell actually said he might consider using medical marijuana to help concussion treatments?
That's a great idea. It's better than popping pills. Way better than popping pills.
If you want to talk popping pills, you can talk to the Seattle Seahawks defense.
Adderall.
Ooh. And Kai couldn't quite get it to drop.
So you're taking Denver and not even just being a Niner fan? I think Denver's going to win. I think they're the better team.
Flat out, Peyton Manning had the best year of any quarterback of all time. Ever. The greatest season ever. And it wouldn't tarnish that season if they lost, but I feel it's Peyton Manning's year. This is probably his last shot at a Super Bowl at 38 years old with a hurt neck. You know what? If he wins the Super Bowl, I could see him walking away.
A lot of people say I'm crazy, but I believe that Peyton Manning is the best quarterback all time. You got to look at the band, baby.
Is that Walter White we're seeing over there on the band?
I thought I saw the RV out front. Where's Jesse, man? Where is Jesse? There, look at Walter White clapping.
And let me see a fan there with the Bob Marley T-shirt on there.
Gotta love Bob, right?
Mm-hmm.
So nice turnout so far, and people still rolling in. Men coming up next.
And that should be a good game. The Solano men have lost a couple heartbreakers. They were up.
They're competing, though. They're competing. They're close.
They are very close. They just need to figure out how to finish off in the stretch.
They lost at the buzzer on Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the game you called, they blew a double-digit second-half lead, right?
Well, they were at 7 points, and they went up double digits, and they let it dwindle away. And it really hurt them when Teron Morrison went into foul trouble. And their only big presence down low, and Merritt just exposed it, and it didn't help that they came out the second half and just firing off threes. And Merritt, I can see why they went to the Final Four last year. They were a very good ball club.
The Thunderbirds.
Hey, Yuba hit 20 points.
Look at that, man. So we get our corn dogs, they get 100?
I want my corn dog. Actually, can I trade my corn dog in for a beer?
Right. I think we should get both.
Oh, Denisha trying to get a little too fancy there.
She's trying to do her best Rajon Rondo impersonation there, a little no-look.
Yeah, that's my boy right there. It's kind of sad to see my Celtics kind of dwindle off this season. But we'll come back strong next season. Not worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's rare to see Boston and the Lakers both having these type of seasons. Mm-hmm. When they faced off last week, it was the first time ever they both had that low of a winning percentage in a regular season matchup.
But, I like to see the power shift in the NBA so we don't have to hear about Boston and L.A. all the time. I am a Boston fan defaulted because my family is from Boston. But through and through, I am a Warriors fan.
Oh, man.
All day, every day.
I'm a Clipper fan, but I love watching Steph Curry. He's my favorite non-Clipper to watch play ball. Another guy I love is Damian Lillard.
Yes.
And he's from Oaktown.
Mm-hmm.
Kid can ball, man.
There's a lot of good young talent in the NBA coming out. How about Michael Carter-Williams for the 76ers?
Yeah, he came out strong. What a dime.
A dime from Nicole White to Justice Robertson for 2.
Not bad. Averaging only 1 dime per game. If you're going to get 1 dime to date, that's the one.
Like I said, Nicole White is a spark plug. At this point, they don't really need a spark plug, but hey, I like saying it.
Hey, she can put that on her YouTube reel.
Yeah, there we go. These kind of look like elementary passes for Yuba. They're very, okay, I have the ball. Where am I going? I see where I'm going. I'm passing it right there. They're not reacting to what the defense is doing. They have it set in their mind what they're going to do, which has been causing them. Good pass.
Right?
Trying to help Danica out there.
But, I mean, partner, you look at both teams playing. I mean, Solano's total opposite. They're doing a good job rotating the ball, and like that, they just kind of stop, look around, throw it over their head.
And that shot was a little low, rimmed out, and it's going to stay Yuba ball. Checking in for your Lady Falcons is number 22, Kiara Beecham.
And she played pretty well first half.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Kai Roberts came in, and usually they don't get a ton of playing time, but they've both played very well here tonight.
And there's going to be a foul called.
I think the ref just got bored, man. Just want to do a little inadvertent whistle.
Oh, there's a good shot of the Solano's bench right there.
We get a shot of that the sweater vest yet?
I think we have.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, it's creeping. It's creeping closer. Oh, there's the assistant coaches for Solano. Assistant coaches for Solano is Miss Ann Talamentes Risto, Corinne Cornelius, Terrell Morrison, and Shannon Rakin. I think they've really helped Coach Matt Boychert to where this team is why is this team so successful? Oh, good shot by number 15, Whitney Hansen.
And, of course, I remember Shannon Rankin when she played here with Solano. We did some of the games. I believe she might have been on the last team to win 20 games in a season.
The 09-10 season.
Yeah. And I know she went and played at San Francisco State. She was there the same time I was. It was kind of cool. I got to broadcast a game of her at Solano and also broadcast a game of her at San Francisco State.
I always like to see Solano athletes move on to bigger and better things. And speaking of
baseball.
Solano athletes, baseball, former Solano Falcon, Mr. Victor Romero.
And one of your good friends,
One of my good friends, grew up with him my whole life. He left Solano, went to Oklahoma State. He was a starting catcher there, had a stellar 2 years. He should have been drafted, but he had a small tear in his meniscus in his knee, and he's a catcher, so it kind of slowed him up. But as of last week, I got the phone call of him telling me that he signed with the San Diego Padres and he's heading to spring training.
How cool is that to hear, man? How pumped were you for Vic?
I was so pumped. I remember a time when I was 8 years old. I was playing Little League with him. I remember looking at Victor and saying, Victor, you're going to be a professional baseball player. And I
called that one, partner.
I called that a long time ago. I reminded that every single time I seen him,
Yep.
and I'm just so proud of him and happy to call him my friend. Couldn't ask for a better guy. Good things come to good people, and he definitely deserves it.
We were talking about that quiet confidence earlier, and Victor Romero's a guy with that. He's a guy to really watch out for, and he's getting his opportunity, and I believe he's going to capitalize on it. I mean, look what he did at Oklahoma State.
Oh, wow. I mean, he had a great coaching staff. He had Matt Holliday's brother as a head coach. And he actually said he got to train with Matt Holliday a little bit, him hanging out in the facilities.
Hey, Matt Holliday gets a bad rap sometimes, but Vic said he was just a down-to-earth, really cool dude. And Matt Holliday gets a bad rap a lot, and that's far from the case, it seems like.
Well, he's a soft-spoken guy, and people take it. I know when he left Oakland, he played half a season with the A's, and he left and he went to St. Louis, where now he's having a great career. Oakland wasn't a good fit for him. We understood that. But the way he left the club, he left in a hurry and was excited to leave. Kind of left a sour taste in the mouth for us A's fans. But you know what? I respect the guy. He's won a World Series with St. Louis. Hell of a player. Hell of a guy. Can't ask for nothing more. Oh, tipped into the hands of number 22, Kiara, I'm sorry. Nicole White.
Another dime. Another dime on time.
A white dime? No. Nicole Dime White?
All right, there we go.
I'm trying to think of a nickname for Nicole.
That's two just sick passes for Nicole Wyatt and just lead into obviously perfect, easy buckets right in the paint. 53-point cushion. I think they're covering the spread tonight, partner.
I believe the spread was 60.
Okay, they're getting close. I mean, if you're a betting man, you're eager right now.
I've learned a long time ago, never bet on your own teams.
I wish I could do that.
Kai Roberts for 3 couldn't quite come
But
down.
a lot of money on the Dodgers this year.
Oh,
good hustle
good
by
hustle.
Nicole
Between
White.
the legs, you see that?
You're up by 53 points, and you're diving for loose balls.
She's trying to prove that she needs some more minutes on the court.
Need some of that PT, baby.
We touched on the subject of baseball with Victor and how he signed with the Padres. Earlier today, we actually got to catch up with the Solano baseball team, do a couple preseason interviews, and, man, it's looking like they're going to have a great team this year.
Well, I mean, you knew they were is when Stover was comparing this team to the 2011 team. That team was legit. I mean, that's maybe the best Solano team that Stover's had. I mean, obviously, talked to Victor Romero, Bubba Johnson, Duron Ard,
Ethan Gibbons,
and Chris Witchy. So the pitching was there. The heating was there.
The heating?
The heating.
The heating?
The heating.
The hotness
the
of the
heating.
team?
The heating was there.
The heating.
Man, that team was solid, dude. And, I mean, there's a lot of young guys this year. So, And, of course, you can check out we both did interviews. You were on the field, and I was in the clubhouse. And you can check them out. Just go to youtube.com/Solano College, right?
Yep.
Still the same page.
Yep, you can also go on Facebook and check us out.
Like the Facebook page.
Solano College Sports Network, and you can catch this game and all the upcoming games for Solano.
And just a great opportunity for, obviously, not just us, but everybody that gets involved in the sports broadcasting program. It allows you to do cool stuff like this, man. I mean, you got Brian, who now doing PA just from this experience, too. You can start off doing stats, and you kind of just build your way up. You got Mike on the board, Chelsea, killing it.
Malcolm Gamble on camera, first time ever working the big camera, and he's doing an excellent job, and you can see what you're looking at right now.
Yeah, you know what? He's getting...
Oh, for a deep 3.
I'm going to give Malcolm... I'm a hard grader, so I'm just going to give him a B.
Can we get a big B+? B+.
We'll give him a B+. I forgot.
There's no plus and minuses in college, but, hey, it's B+.
Who cares about college, man? This is SCSN.
Exactly. This is
sports.
a job. So for any of you future broadcasters, you have an interest in sports broadcasting, if it's actual doing what we're doing, broadcasting here, working behind a camera, video editing, check out Com 75.
Yeah.
Very fun class. A lot of work.
And also, too, I mean, this could lead you, if you want to get involved with that. San Francisco State has a very good broadcasting program. The same stuff you'll be doing, so you might as well just get a head start. And also, too, you can try and get your own radio show there. That's awesome, too. I mean, it opens a lot of doors, man.
Yeah, I remember listening to you and Cody Towner.
Back in the day,
on the
baby,
Monday
West
Melee.
Coast bias, and obviously before Monday Melee. Yeah, and obviously Stosh and I are going to try and JT, we're going to try and get our own show going here and start that up on Fridays
JT
also.
Plays.
Yeah.
And you know what? looking back,
There's the vest, baby.
Oh, there's the sweater vest. There it is. Look at that. Classic.
The Jim Tressel sweater vest. Look at that.
Both coaches. You know what?
I mean, you can tell the assistant coach is not thrilled about the vest. I mean, it's mandatory.
It's mandatory. Sweater vest now.
Good job, Kahuna. Look at the zoom in there.
I like it. Where can I get a sweater vest like that? Can I get an SCSN sweater vest up here?
I don't know. Yeah, you know.
Christian Voiles.
Oh,
I thought
just
she
a
had
little
that
short.
And, you know, looking back a year ago today on how far this class and what we have accomplished, coming from pure radio to slowly starting to do video with 10 different monitors, a 2-hour preparation to now getting a TriCaster 40 set up, which allows us to make it look more professional like you're watching right now.
And on top of that, our stuff gets it going, you know. I mean, it's Fairfield Cable Access channel.
Yep,
It's TV.
Channel 27
How cool is
and
that?
Vacaville Cable Access as well. We just got in
And that was obviously from the great job that you guys all did doing the Vacaville football games. Very pleased with the way you guys, you know, very professional.
But you know what? All the credit goes to Professor Greg Poff. Professor Greg Poff, you know. When I first walked into class, he had a big smile on his face. He's like, what do you want to do? You want to broadcast? All right, you're broadcasting. Yeah. He motivated me to where I am today, to really making me realize that, hey, I can actually do this as a profession. And now doing this, I'm getting all the experience I need to help move myself up. And he's worked diligently to get more students in, to get more recognition from the school, getting our videos up on YouTube. He does twice as much work as we all do. I mean, we do a lot of work, but all the extra hours goes to him, getting us in contact with the Solano Cable Access Channel, Vacaville Cable Access Channel. My hat's off to him. Thank you, Professor Poff.
And I know he's going to be happy to hear that when he does check out the game later. He's busy on the camera right now. And the thing is I love is he still works. I mean, that's where I've got my work ethic from. I mean, just seeing him do it for years.
Man, that guy has a motor that doesn't stop. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with him. You know, after a long day of school, you come in and you get ready to broadcast, and he's going, boom, let's do it, baby.
Yeah. He's always fired up. And, you know, he looks like Pete Carroll, and he acts like him, too.
Except he doesn't coach.
Hey, you know what? I'm sorry, folks, if we're talking too much. It's a 55-point game. I mean, come on.
Trying to give you a little laughs here as you're enjoying this beautiful blowout by your
And
Lady
you see
Falcons.
that pass right to Casper.
Casper, the sixth man for this Yuba team.
They need somebody off the bench. Partner, who you taking, Seattle or Denver?
Denver.
Easy or close?
10 points.
10 points, yeah. That's what I'm thinking, too. I like a 27-17 type of game.
4-3.
How cool would that be, though? Eli won in Peyton's backyard, and what if Peyton wins in Eli's backyard?
That would be pretty cool.
I think you could make the case Peyton Manning could be the best quarterback ever if he gets ring number 2. I know you're a Niner guy. I know you're going to probably go with Montana, which is hard. He was 4-0
The rings speak
Super Bowl.
for themselves. Yeah. Hey, Joe Montana led his team on 32 fourth-quarter comeback victories, including, Christian Voiles with the steal.
She's definitely been
Look
a
at that
PT
time.
Wow.
With the finish by number 2, Kai Roberts. What a play all around by the Lady Falcons.
Dude, I mean, there have been some legit dimes here in the second half. Obviously, the 2 by Miss White, and then the dime right there from Miss Voiles. She, in my eyes, is the player of the game so far.
I agree with you there. You know, I just want to say this. These girls can just flat-out ball.
That's what I'm telling you, man. This team is the best team Borchard's had, and he's had some very good teams. But this team, it's got depth, star power, inside. There's not many weaknesses. Free throw shooting, they got to get a little better.
A little foul trouble here and there, but that could all be corrected.
Another dime.
Jamelia Anderson for 2. This transition offense is just killing the Yuba 49ers.
And Jones on the dime right there. I mean, this team is just 89-30. I mean, that explains it all.
Hey, we're closing in on corn dogs.
We're getting close, baby. 11 points away.
You know what,
do we get 1 or we get 2?
We better get a corn dog and a beer for the good work we're doing up here.
I think we should we should be able to double fist, actually, get 2 beers.
Some Edward 40 hands going?
Right? Where's the duct tape?
Hey, the most impressive stat of this second half for Solano, 0 fouls.
Wow.
0 fouls. Yeah, it's a blowout, but you know what? They're playing aggressive defense, not allowing any big points, any big, turnovers and things like that. And I'm sorry, there's 1 foul now. That's it.
Well,
Broadcaster's curse.
1 foul.
Oh.
Cross court. stopping foul.
As soon as we start talking about fouls, the fouls start rolling out.
I know. I was like, okay, this clock's winding down. We're going to get some men's action.
There is a big news in the Bay Area today for all San Jose Sharks fans.
3-year extensions for a couple of dudes, right?
Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton, the centerpieces of the leaders, the veterans.
So the leaders of choking in the playoffs, is that what you're saying?
Hey, you know what? Yeah, I guess.
I'm just joking, dude. Hockey's a very tough sport to win in a 7-game series.
Yeah,
anything can happen.
7-game series all the way through the playoffs. They play for like a month and a half in playoffs.
There's been 2 or 3 years where I thought, okay, this is the year.
And I definitely, every year we have a great team. They are the most consistent sports team of the Bay Area of making the playoffs.
Yeah.
They've made it for, I believe, 16 straight years now.
Wow.
And they've been in existence for 22.
So I know you're a big hockey guy.
Big hockey guy.
You got me on hockey easily. I mean, I'm not a big fan. Kings are my team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Hey,
rep
Jonathan
SoCal.
Quick, my favorite goalie to watch.
Yeah.
Flat out, that guy.
Well, the year they won the Stanley Cup,
you guys beat us in the Western Finals.
Yeah. Nothing gets by him, man.
No.
$91-30, dude. They're covering. They're right on the spread.
They covered the spread. And that would be an air ball. The Yuba 49ers are fighting. They're doing their best. You know what? You can't harp on a player for trying their best.
I'm going to say this low. I don't know if there's Yuba fans by me, but really this year they should just change their name from the Yuba 49ers to the Yuba Raiders.
I like that.
Or maybe we could even go Chelsea here and say Yuba Ravens.
Oh, stolen away by number 21, Natalia Stepanchuk, and she puts it up for 2.
They're covering the bet.
And once again, see how fast Solano gets the ball down court. They don't waste no time in the backcourt. They get it down, set up their offense, pass around, looking for a good shot.
And, I mean,
Ty Roberts for 3.
Oh, looks like the bank finally closed. And this has been, they're benched the whole second half pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't be able to tell much of a difference. I mean, it's a very deep team that head coach Matt Porchard has. And looking at the Solano men's team, too, this is one of their better teams they've had. And, they've had a couple of rough stretches, but they're close. They're, 10 minutes away from being 5-1 in the BVC, and this being a big-time game against Yuba. I mean, 3-3 is not bad. You still got a chance. If you get to second place, you got a chance at the playoffs maybe.
Now, what teams make the playoffs? Is it the top 2 from the conference?
I know they changed it up. It used to be the top 2. I saw that too. And now I know the 1 for sure. So I think 2 is not as certain as it used to be.
Oh, good backdoor cut. Dishes out to Danica for
Splash.
3.
Aye. So I guess something caught our attention here in a little dry spell.
Yeah, a couple more fans rolling in. I'm glad to see that number 23, Harpreet Kaur, didn't take that 3. She came down the past 2 possessions and fired up 3s and missed both of them. She's made 1 on the night, and I believe she put up about 9 or 10 of them so far.
If I had to guess, I would say they're shooting under 15%.
Oh, wow.
Deep.
What a rainbow shot. Couldn't quite get it to fall. That kind of looked like a Steph Curry shot.
No Skittles on that one.
All right. Sugar cubes in the coffee? For 3.
Splash.
Just splash. Nothing else needed. Number 14, Adriana Jones.
It's a deep team, man. I mean, I know it's hard to tell. They're playing a team last place in the BVC, but hey, anytime you're beating a team 94-35, I don't care who you're playing.
And you have your second string out here, and they're playing great defense, putting up points, hitting 3s. I mean, this is a scary team. Very scary for anybody that has to play them, and I love to watch them play.
Partner, there's only really one thing left to be determined here, and that's either are we getting our corn dogs or not. We are 6 points away, $1:20 left. Man, this is close. They got to hit a couple of trays right here.
Danica, come on, Danica.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, nope.
Oh, there goes our corn dogs.
No, we're still a 2-possession game to get corn dogs. And it looks like they're just going to try to wind down the clock here.
Dude, the bench is chanting defense. They've allowed 37 points. They're up by nearly 60 points, and they're still chanting defense.
I love that right there. You're never out of a game. Even if you're up by this much, you know what? You need to keep focused on the game. Because I know back in my playing days when I played ball.
Okay, you're not that old.
Oh.
You're not that old, bro.
Hey, I feel like a 40-year-old
Well, back in
man.
my day.
Man, I feel old when I go sit in a class. You introduce everybody to the first day of class, and they're saying they graduated class of 2013. I look at them and go, huh?
Isn't the worst when you hear, when you're born, oh, I'm a 90s kid. It makes me feel so old.
I am a 90s kid.
See,
so.
I'm an 80s dude, so you don't stop with all the old talk over here. What, 90 or 91?
91.
Man, yeah, try 87, bro.
15 seconds. Doesn't look like we're getting our corn dogs, but hey. No fouls. There are no fouls for Solano, and it's been an absolute blowout here.
Wait, how did it went from 0 to 1 back to 0? I think they, heard the broadcast and they're like, what, he is right.
Is that a 57-point differential I see?
That's a 57 spot.
Wow.
I don't see that every day.
What a game by your Lady Falcons. 94-37 victory over the Yuba 49ers. Zach, how can you recap this game?
I mean, the scoreboard. 94-37. I mean, obviously it was the defensive pressure led to easy buckets early on, and you just got to love the depth that Solano brings. And obviously Yuba doesn't have that depth. 8 active players really showed in this one. The 1-7 BVC record now 1-8 really showed, and Solano now 9-0 in BVC play. They've won 9 games in a row, 18-4 overall. And I was just very impressed with the depth. Partner, who's the player of the game? This is easy, right?
It has to go to number 32, Christian Boyles.
Couldn't agree more.
As soon as she stepped on the court, she made a huge difference, and, man, it was just awesome. And I believe Mike is down below on the court with our player of the game. Mike?
Thanks, Stosh. I'm here with the player of the game, Christian Boyles. And congratulations on the win, by the way. Now, do you feel any extra pressure given that you are a freshman and you transferred from Reno, Nevada, straight out of high school?
Not in a way. I just feel like I just need to play how I know how to and just give my team what I know to do is with shooting. So I just basically, not really pressure, just play how I know how and just be a team player and just play.
Yeah, and you're a center that has range to, you can shoot from outside, and we saw a beautiful bounce pass in the game. So you have great hands, almost a David Lee stretch forward type of player. Do you feel that your role is to come off the bench and score, or was this just your shot was falling and your coach decided to stay with you?
Yeah, I feel like it is my role to come off the bench and score and shoot when I'm open and do the plays I know how to. So yeah, coming off the bench, I'm fine with that, and I like just coming off and scoring and then coming back. So yeah, I think it's one of my big roles on the team.
All right, well, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next game.
All right, thank you.
Back to you, Stosh.
Hey, thanks, Mike. And what a game it was for the Lady Falcons with a big victory over the Yuba 49ers,
And partner, look, you get to look at all those BVC banners, and it's sure looking like there's going to be another BVC banner hanging up this year. Just very impressed with Solano.
The next game is coming to you on January 29th against Laney, and that will be at Laney at 6 o'clock. Let's see if the Lady Falcons can continue their winning ways and push their winning streak to 10 games.
Well, partner, we better save our breath. We got another game coming up, baby.
Yes, we do.
Yuba versus Solano men's basketball coming up next, baby.
Coming at you.